This was Coffee with Max. Now it's Max with Regret. Anyway, today I want to talk about musical burnout. I think it's so important, and nobody's talking about it. I think it's really interesting. You have all these YouTube creators, and I haven't seen a single video on it. Maybe there's something out there, but not a lot. Not a lot of people like to talk about mental health, and not a lot of musicians like to even mention mental health as a thing. And so I thought I would be the first to try and bring that to people's attention because it's so important, and I've dealt with it a lot. Coming back from school especially, I had maybe a year where I didn't play, I didn't practice, I didn't do gigs, I didn't really enjoy music, and it's not fun. It's really confusing too. You're like, well, I just spent my whole life practicing, and now I don't want to do this anymore. Why? So I want to talk about that a little bit. I'll have a bunch of videos on this coming up in the future, but for this first one, I just wanted to define it and talk about it. So I went to Berkeley for a semester and a half, and some of my living situation changed, and my just general situation changed, and I had to come home sooner than I was thinking. And at the time, I was really frustrated because I was just getting into my film scoring curriculum. Let me tell you something. If you're going to Berkeley, by the way, definitely reach out because there are so many specific things that they want you to do when you go there, and there's so many ways to not loophole them, but for example, there's prerequisite waivers. Definitely get those. Definitely take the test to place you in the correct music theory course. Anyway, talk to me if you're going, because I know all the strategies. And because of that, I got Dean's List every semester, and I also got so many prereq waivers for all these classes that you're supposed to take in order that by my third semester, I had completed all of my liberal arts, all of my core music, which is music theory, ear training, harmony, some other stuff, tonal harmony, keyboard skills conducting, all that stuff was complete, and I was ready to get into my film scoring curriculum. So that was great. So I was really bummed that I had to come back because I was right about to get into my film scoring stuff and things changed. But looking back, it was the best thing that ever happened to me, and I truly believe if I had gone the whole 4 years of school there, I wouldn't be doing music today, and I would have stopped or burned out. I came back, and there was this weird aversion to playing, and I didn't want to practice, and for whatever reason, the joy that used to be there playing the drums wasn't. And so I didn't know what to do. I tried forcing myself for a little while. That didn't work. Took a break. That kind of worked. And the thing that finally worked, finally happened, was this almost total reboot of how I played the drums and how I saw and experienced music. And it's crazy. I think there's a point when you're learning music, if you're studying it, if you're studying music theory, there's a point where your ear switches, and it's a really good thing, but it's also a really bad thing. For example, if you're listening to a song, and we'll call it pre-music theory and post-music theory. Pre-music theory, you're like, oh, I really like this song. Done. Done. That's it. That's probably the only thought you have. You don't even go farther than the vocals and the lyrics, which is a blessing. It's kind of like the ignorance is bliss thing. But when you have studied music theory and you've spent the last 4 years practicing it and learning all these different chord motions and popular progressions and training your ear to hear all these melodies, you catch them in the music that you love and you categorize it. You say, oh, this John Mayer song uses this subdominant minor chord. And now I know what it is, and now it's lost some of its magic. So I think that's what had happened when I came back from school is I was so deep in music and had studied it so much that everything that I heard became this definition or this practice or this very mental analytical thing, and I lost for a while what made music special, which is the essence of it, which is so important. It's what feels good when you listen to a song. And so it took a while to get back into a groove. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that up and see how many of you have experienced that, whether it's in music or something else, and if you're struggling with it currently, because I think it's something that's not talked about at all. So if you are dealing with that, just make sure that you do take a break. I would actually recommend taking a week off of music, which is hard. It's really hard, but that means no radio, no playing, no practicing, and just try that even if you're not going through a burnout and see what it does to your creativity. It's amazing. Even just a couple days taking a break from practice, if you're stuck in a rut, that can do wonders for your creativity and for your passion when it comes to music. So let me know what you think about that, and there will be a whole bunch more videos on this because I think it's such an important topic. I'm going to go get some more coffee because I'm all out, but thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.